Today, we are all gathering here to learn the Dhamma and to practice the Dhamma. The teachings of the Buddha, when we practice, we have to reflect upon ourselves that after practice, have I changed myself? Or have I able to develop the qualities that I can let go, let it be, not having any attachment or not longing onto something, whether that's pleasant or unpleasant. So it doesn't matter how long we have been practicing the Dhamma. It is the matter that we able to see the change within ourselves, the way we look at things, the way we perceive things. And when we come to contact, again, the contact could be the sound that we hear. The contact could be people that we do not like to see, or the weather that we dislike, like these days it's the weather. They're getting colder and the dampness, we dislike it. In these situations, what is our mental state? And suppose if we annoyed, angry, unhappy, then that means we haven't practiced Dhamma properly yet. Or maybe you can check it whether the degree of this anger, degree of dislike, even a slightly decrease than before or not. Right? So that is the Dhamma that we have to see. And when we look at in that way, if that decreases, then okay, it is working. I was a very arrogant person, angry, and gang fighting, taking groups and then going around and fighting with the different groups from the different villages. And I had this passion to be a strong man, and anything that happens I dislike, then straight away get angry and fighting. And remember, I even tried to kill my brothers. So like that. But deep down in my heart there was a passion. I wanted to be a policeman. And then when there was a demonstration for the democracy in Nepal, police were hitting and beating all the demonstrators. Then I disliked that. I did not want to be a policeman anymore. So all the readings and all the praise to the policeman changed. So passion changed. From passion to be the policeman changed. And then the passion developed into the artist, following my brother. Began to draw things and so on. And then I even joined the arts college to learn the arts and the crafts. Right? And during that time, again, becoming a footballer, this passion to be a famous footballer began. Right? So went on training for this, becoming a footballer, every day going for training and even playing in stadiums and like that. But deep down in my heart there was something lacking, and something I was searching for. And that deep down, that began when I was at the school, my headmaster pulled my hair from here, and then said to me that, which I escaped the class, so that's why he found and he punished me, saying that you are the West on earth, doing nothing. So then, from that day, I had this thought of wanting to do something, so that I want to be a West. Then when I came to learn Buddhism, then I found that it has something, right? Then I began to meditate, I began to study. My anger gradually changed. From a quick temper, become gradually changed. Anger gradually subsided. And then from a person who was very clean and tidy. So I remember I was tidying every 2-3 days, cleaning, and everything must be perfect. So I was a perfectionist at that time. Everything neat, everything got to be in the same place. So then with the practice, then gradually I realized that these are actually the projection of my mind. And then this mind was just searching for something to be. So there was a desire, wanting to be this and this and this and that. And as a practice began and a practice helped to understand bit by bit, and then eventually realize that it's not about how much we understand, how much we know the Dhamma. It's the matter of how much have we understood and changed ourselves. We may be listening Dhamma every day. We may be reading the talk every single night. But when things come, when things happen, and at that time, if we do not able to catch it, and if we do not able to be mindful of that, then what happens that suddenly our mood and our emotion changes, and with that change, everything changes too. Right? Everything changes. When we become mindful of that, what it is teaching us, and that the moment when we are mindful of that, even that moment is changing. Even that moment is also changing. So that's why this Dhammanudhamma, we have to generate this concept into our mind that after I have practiced the Dhamma, whether this Dhamma helping me to grow in this path or not. By looking at any negativities decreased and any positivities increased. So positivities here, loving kindness, compassion, whether that's generate or not. Or are you still doing things for your satisfaction, or you have this mind generated to, this mind, this service, able to think of other people's good and well-being, think of other people's happiness, think of other people getting rid of their pains, like that. And this only comes the moment when we understand that our life is fragile. When we see this fragility in our life, then we will be able to develop this passionate into I like this one, I don't like this one, this is me, this is what I think, and this is I'm thinking from my perspective, my understanding, my religion, and holding on to it. So these will just goes away. When these goes away, then we have no fear. We have no confusion. We do not feel the tension. It's just like wind comes and goes. But the very moment when we take somebody's word, very moment somebody's presence, very moment something has happened, at that time, if we are not mindful enough, then suddenly we will create, this is what I am, this is what I want it to be. And it's not happening in this way, then what happens? We're creating the circle, we're creating the cycle of another creation, a conditioning to create another creation. So practice of the Dhamma, that's why we have to check ourselves whether our mental states has changed or not. Whether am I able to notice and transform it into from the waste to the compost. And that compost obviously prospers, eventually gives a fruit. And with that, we will be not collecting and collecting. We will be letting it be and letting go. Right? So I offer this as a reflection for tonight, and let's practice meditation.